Okay, so we're gonna start on the mat, on our backs. Go ahead and lie down. Bring your feet the width of your mat. Okay, we're just gonna start with those windshield wipers. So just letting your knees fall from one side to the other, just waking up the spine a little bit. Try to give some purpose to this, okay? So I don't wanna just let the knees flop from side to side. I wanna actually feel some muscular activation there as I start to move the knees over. And again, the feet are nice and wide, so you feel real stable here. Just wagging them back and forth. And the next time your knees fall over to the left, go ahead and stay there. So you're gonna stay with the knees to the left, and you're just gonna take this left foot and place it on top of your right knee, if that feels good. If it doesn't feel good, just leave your feet on the floor. I don't want any pain in your knees, but you should feel the stretch kind of come through that whole right leg, maybe even into the belly a little bit there. And then place the foot back down, knees come up and over to the right. And we'll do the same thing with the right foot now, resting on top of the left knee. Okay, try to get your left shoulder on the floor. Take a couple deep breaths here. Good, go ahead and bring that right foot back down. Legs come back in through center. And then just give your knees a hug. You're gonna take them wide to the sides of your ribs. Maybe you can grab for the bottoms of your feet and come in a happy baby or the back of your thighs. Let the knees drop down towards the floor and just rock a little bit side to side on the low back here. Just getting a little bit of a massage. Good. Knees come in towards your chest. Give them one more little hug. And then bring your head up and your nose close to your knee. Make yourself into this tiny little ball. Good. And then from here, you're going to grab for your heels if you can get them with your hands. Keep making yourself that nice little ball. Try to get the shoulders up off the floor. And then from here, we're just going to take the arms and the legs out away from each other. Circle those arms back around and reach for those heels. Pull them in. We'll take it nice and slow for this first set. Just reach the arms out, legs out, circle them around. Try to lift a little higher. Pull those heels in. Good. Let's go for 7. Here's 6. 5. Try to keep getting those shoulders even higher every time. 4. 3. 2. 1. Hands are going to come behind the head. We're going to go for our bicycles here. So extend the right leg out, turn towards the left leg, and then switch it to the other side. So see if you can stay up off of your shoulder blades. Right? I want to try to not just lean from left to right shoulder blade, but see if you can really get those shoulder blades up, press those bottom ribs down and back behind you. Let's go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Turn it all the way back to the left. Right elbow at that left knee, and that right leg is straight. So just little kicks with that right leg. Just little kick up and down. Here's 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch it all the way over to the right. Left elbow, right knee, little kicks to the left leg. Here's 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Back to your center. Head and shoulders come down. Legs are going to go all the way out. We'll go for our full roll up here. So stretch it out. Really reach it nice and long with the back arch off the floor. Really flex back the toes. And then on the exhale, arms come up, head and shoulders come up, roll up, reach for the toes, reach past the toes. Get that stretch. And then stack the spine back up. Exhale, roll yourself all the way back down. There's 1. Reach past those toes. Stack the spine back up. Roll it back down. 2. 3 more. Hinge at the hip. Try to get that flat back as you reach towards the toes. Good. 2 more. reach, and stretch. Good, last one. Good, stack the spine back up tall, and now tuck your tail and just roll yourself to that halfway point, right? So we nicely scoop the belly back, pubic bone is pulling up towards your belly button, tail's pushing underneath you, and then from here, we're just gonna lift that right leg, tap it to the outside of your mat, and bring it back in. Switch, left leg, tap it to the outside of the mat, and back in. So you're making this kind of little rainbow with the leg, right? This little arch, and I want you to turn your toes out. So when you lift your leg and tap, you feel like you're kind of lifting from that inner thigh. Okay? Here we go for 6. You should have your belly working here. Arms can be reaching forward, or you can bring them to your ears if you want more challenge. It's a little harder back here. Here's 4, 3, 2, one more round, 1, 1. Good, from here, we're just gonna take it back an inch, up an inch. Take it back and up. Really think about the low belly here. So I know we're just kind of leaning back, but you're also pushing your butt underneath you and trying to flatten out your pelvis as your upper body is still reaching forward. So imagine someone's got like a hook around your waist and they're pulling you back while you're trying to reach your upper body forward. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it here. You can make this kind of circle with the arms, and we're just going to go from side to side. Just rotating side to side. Keep the arms with you. Here's 8, 7. Keep dropping those front ribs down into your front pockets. Here's 5, 4, breathing, 3, 2, 1, and 1. Good job. Sit it back up tall. We're just going to turn, take your legs the width of your mat and get a little wider like a triangle. And then hands are going to come behind your ears, and we're just going to rotate from side to side. So if you need to bend your knees a little bit, bend your knees. But I just want you to sit up really tall and feel your postural muscles have to work here. So the belly button should kind of stay pointing forward. Our hips and our heels are nice and anchored, so we don't feel like we've got any movement in the lower half of the body. It's all coming from the upper rib cage and the shoulders. Good, just a couple more. Here's 4, 3, 2, 1, 1. Good job. Bring it back in. Just fold forward. You can take your feet wider if that feels good. But I want you to try to bring your pubic bone towards the floor and your sit bones reach back behind you. Keep walking your hands forward, trying to keep that flat back the best you can. And just take a few breaths here. Try to relax the inner thighs. See if you can move those sit bones back behind you and keep walking the head and chest forward. Give me just 2 more breaths here. One more big full breath. Inhale and exhale. Good job. Roll yourself back up. Okay, we're just gonna get a little bit of cardio work here. I want you to try to roll yourself down and roll yourself back up to standing. So if you've got a lot of stuff in front of you, just make yourself a little space. You're gonna make yourself into a ball. We'll just do this 3 times, okay? You're gonna roll back on your spine, roll yourself up, plant your feet, stand all the way up. Yes! All right, 2 more like that. Sitting your butt all the way down, roll, make yourself a ball, all the way up, stand. Last one. Put your butt down, all the way back, roll, all the way up, stand. Good job. Inhale, take those arms all the way up, give them a little touch at the top, and then we're gonna swan dive forward. Nice flat back. You can soften your knees. All the way down, the crown of the head reaches towards the floor. Just stay here for a moment. Walk your hands a little bit forward and just cross your right leg over your left. Bend your right knee deeply and just stretch into this left leg. So the left leg is straight. If your hands don't make it to the floor, you can grab some blocks or put them on the chair. But just giving maybe like 1 or 2 more breaths here, just letting that left leg really stretch. Head hang heavy. Good, let's switch. Right foot comes back down, left foot crosses over the right. Now the left knee in front is going to be the one that bends. Just let your head hang. Try to get some weight forward into the toes, or at least in the arches, so that you're not just all back in the heel. Give yourself just maybe 1 more big breath here. Good, uncross the legs. Feet are back to being about hip width distance apart. You're just gonna inhale and extend your heart forward. Exhale, fold and step that right foot all the way to the back of the mat. Lower the right knee. And we're gonna bring the hands on either side of that left foot to start with. You're just gonna let your heart go forward. Your hips fall to the floor. And then we're gonna straighten the left leg, point the toes, hinge the hips back. Just fold over that left leg for a moment. Okay, we're gonna work a little bit on our balance here. So you're gonna come forward again, letting the hips fall forward, but this time the arms are gonna come up towards the ceiling. If you need some cushion for that right knee, you can fold your mat up. And then on the exhale, we're gonna straighten the left leg, flex the toes, and hinge forward from the hips. Not bringing the hands down, but just reaching the hands forward. Pausing. And then inhaling, coming back down with the foot, letting the hips come forward, coming into that low lunge. And then exhale, hinging back, straightening the left leg, reaching the arms forward. Good, 2 more like that. Inhale, lift, lunge. Exhale, fold and reach. 1 more, inhale. Exhale. Good, stay back. Keep reaching. 1 more breath here, holding. Then both hands are gonna come down on either side of that left foot. Bring your left hand into the crease of your hip. Just hold that hip down and start to turn your chest towards that left leg. Toes can point up to the ceiling. Give yourself maybe just 1 or 2 breaths here. Good. Place that left foot down, look forward, place the hands out in front of the left foot, pick up the knee, and we're just gonna standing splits here. So kick that right leg up to the sky. Fold over that left leg. Good, now from here, you can keep your hands on the floor or they can be on blocks. We're gonna bend both knees and you're gonna bring that right knee to tap right behind that left leg. And then you're gonna straighten both legs back out and reach them long. We're gonna lower the hips and tap, and then extend back out and reach. Lower, tap, and reach. Tap, and reach. Let's go for 7, 6. So my upper body's not really moving too much. 5, everything's coming from the hips and the knees and the ankles. 4, 3, 2, 1, straighten that leg back out. Now, if you need a soft bend in the left knee to get your hands on the floor or on those blocks, go ahead. Flex the right toes like you're standing on that right foot, and then turn the toes out wide. And you're gonna bring that right leg out to the side of the room, down to the floor by your left leg, and then straight back up behind you. So we're making this big circle. Toes turn out, you swing it wide, drop it down, swing it up and back. Take it wide, down, up and back. Now again, we're kind of trying to be light in those hands, so do the best you can to get all of your weight back in that left leg. Let's go for 5 more. Here's 5, 4, 3, 3, 2, 1 more. Good job. All right, bring that right foot down to meet the left. Inhale, extend the heart forward. Exhale, fold over those legs. One more inhale, reaching the chest and the spine long. Next, exhale, left foot steps to the back of the mat. All the way back. Lower that left knee. Just keep your hands on either side of that right foot. And just let your hips lower towards the floor. Chest is up. Belly is supporting the low back. So the belly button's pulling back through the spine. One more big breath here. Good. Now keep your toes on the floor for this first one, and we're gonna just hinge the hips back and straighten the leg. Try to keep the chest reaching forward for a breath. And then you can start to round over the leg and let your head drop towards your shin. Good. Now, next one is going to be where we come up. So you're going to hinge back forward into that lunge. Arms are going to come up towards the ceiling. And then you're going to exhale, flex those right toes back, hinge forward from the hips. Nice long spine. Then we'll inhale, bring it up. Exhale, hinge it back. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, hinge forward. 2 more. Inhale, up into the lunge. Exhale, hinge back to the runner's stretch. Last one. This one we're going to hold back here. Hold it here for just one extra breath. Good. That left hand's going to come down to the floor. Right hand to the crease of your hip. And then just try to turn your chest towards that right leg. So I'm just anchoring the right hip down so that my sit bone doesn't rise up as I rotate. Take an extra breath here. Good. All right, come back forward. Place those hands out in front. Left knee lifts up, and we're going to kick it up into that standing splits. So standing splits, we've got the hips square to the floor. The leg is going up as high as it can on that left side. And our chest is going down towards the right leg. All right, now walk your hands a little bit out in front of you so you get back into that flat spine. And then we're gonna bend both knees. Tap that left knee behind the right. And then extend yourself back out to straight. Bend deeply, come down low with the hips, and then reach it back out. Low tap, and out. Let's go for 8. And pick up the pace a little. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now take that left leg straight back. Right leg can have a little bend if you need. You're going to turn the left toes wide, swing that leg out to the side of the room, drop it down to meet your right foot, and then swing it up and back behind you. Turn it out, take it wide, down, and back. Turn it wide, down, and back. Last 6. 6, 5. Try to keep that right hip from popping out to the side. 4. Stay centered. 3, 2, 1 more. Good job. Just fold over the legs. Inhale, open forward. Exhale, place your hands down, step yourself back, plank position. Good, looking forward. All right, we're just gonna do alternating knee pulls. We're gonna take the right knee forward to the right elbow, step it back. Left knee, left elbow, step it back. Right knee, left knee. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1. Look forward, get your chest forward, your tail heavy towards your heels. Lower your knees, Here are those chaturanga push-ups. We're gonna bend the elbows to the ribs, push back up. Squeeze them in, push back to straight. Let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna come halfway down, just hover, squeeze those elbows in, just hold it, and go to the belly. Good job. All right, we're gonna just try to bring the hands together behind your back. So I want you to interlace the palms, and they're gonna face up to the ceiling to start with. So your elbows can just kind of hang down by your sides here. Now, here's the move. Okay, so knees are gonna be hovering off the floor, heels are gonna touch and they're gonna come in towards your butt. You're gonna give your heels 3 little kicks here. So it's gonna go 3, 2, 1. Then you're gonna keep those knees lifted, bring your palms back together, reach your arms back, and straighten your legs. Okay, I'll take you through that again slow. You're gonna bend the elbows, bring the tops of your hands on the low back, so the palms face up. Heels come into your butt, knees are hovering. 3 little kicks here for 3, 2, 1. Then the palms come together. Your arms reach back to straight and legs try to reach back to straight as you lift your chest. All right, bend the elbows again. Palms face the ceiling. Knees are hovering. Kick the heels in. 3, 2, 1. Palms come together. Keep those knees up. Reach back. Legs are hovering. 2 more like that. Palms face the ceiling, little kicks of the heels in. 3, 2, 1. Palms come together, chest opens, reach those legs straight, lengthen. 1 more like that. Good. Here's 3, 2, 1. Palms face each other, reach those hands back, reach those legs back, get a big reach. And release those hands down by your elbows. Tuck your toes, push back to your knees. All the way through to child's pose here, round the back. Take a big breath. Walk your hands over to the left. Really walk those right fingertips out, get long, sink your hips back into your right heel. Take a big breath. Good, walk it all the way over to the right. Left hand goes out a little farther. Left hip sinks back to the left heel. Take a big breath in. Good. Now walk your hands back through center. And real quick, while we're here, I just want to get a couple of these cat and cows while we're on our knees. So your palms are going to be kind of pressing down and forward, like little kickstands for your shoulders. And you're going to try to lift your belly up off of your thighs, round your chin towards your chest and round your upper back. And then you're going to lift your heart, lift your sit bones, and try to create this little back bend. So it doesn't get quite as big, that cat and cow here when we're on our knees. But I want you to really isolate the spine here. Give me just 2 more. Good, last round, rounding the back, and then lifting the chest. Good. Walk yourself forward into that plank position. And then here we go, bending the knees, taking the hips back over the heels, and forward. Back over the heels, and forward. Here's 8, 7, cinch that belly in. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it back, little pulse. Here's 10, shins are parallel to the ground and low. Here's 8, 7, 6, get your butt back over your heels. There you go, here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, straight into your legs, pedal the feet. One more time from side to side, just pedaling. Good. Right leg's gonna go up and back. Exhale, bring it in between the hands, step it through, coming up, crescent lunge. So get your feet wide enough that you don't feel like you're on that tightrope. Okay, we're gonna inhale, arms up. And then you're gonna exhale, bring those hands back behind you. Interlace your fingers. Bring the palms all the way together so the elbows can be bent. And now you're gonna squeeze the elbows in towards each other and start to try to reach the hands down towards the floor. Okay, so if your arms don't go straight, no big deal. If you can't grab your hands, then grab your elbows so they can hold like this as well. Okay, so, and if you can also grab your hands but just not straighten, then do that. But we're gonna keep this reach of the hands down, keep the opening of the chest. Take one more breath here. Good, we're gonna hinge forward and come into warrior three, keeping the hands. So can you hover that back leg, straighten the left leg, try to turn your chest and hips towards the floor. Good, and then come all the way up, left knee into the chest. Okay, we're gonna stand up nice and tall. Keep that bind to the hands or the elbows. Good, release the hands. Bring them all the way up to the ceiling. And then nice and slow, you're gonna hinge forward again. We're gonna step that left foot all the way to the back of the mat, coming through crescent lunge. And then the hands are gonna come down into prayer in front of your heart, and you're gonna twist to the right and bring your left elbow onto your right knee. So you got your left elbow on that right knee. You're pushing the hands together and then turning your chest towards your thumbs, but keep that left hip lifting away from the floor. So the left hip is elevated away from the ground. Left heel is reaching back. Give me just another breath here. Good, and then we're gonna cartwheel our arms open into warrior two. So you're gonna let that go, open all the way out into warrior two here. Good, and then we're gonna straighten into this right leg and come into triangle. So if you wanna move your left foot in a little bit, go ahead. And then we're gonna take the arms nice and long, reach that right hand forward like you're trying to reach across the room. And then let it fall down towards your shin or your ankle, and this left arm's gonna go over your ear. So we're really looking for equal length on both sides of the ribs. And I wanna feel like I'm leaning back so that I'm in line with my legs. Left arm's over the ear. Give me just another breath here. Push into that left foot and that left outer edge of the foot there. Good, come back up. Bend into that right knee, warrior two. And then we're gonna take this right hand either to the floor or it's just gonna hover on the inside of this right leg here. Left arm back over the ear. Just holding, wrap that right seat underneath you. Here's 3, 2, 1, good. Both hands on either side of your right foot. Square your hips, step yourself back to your plank. Now we're gonna do our same little walking of the knees, but we're gonna tap opposite elbows. Now you're gonna take right knee, left elbow, step back, left knee, right elbow, step back. Cross, cross. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1. Look forward, lower your knees. Take your hands nice and wide. And here we go for push-ups. All the way down, all the way up. Down and up. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all the way to your belly. Take your hands forward, thumbs pointed to the ceiling. We're gonna do our little swimmers. Okay, so we're gonna lift right arm, left leg, and then left arm, right leg. Alternating leg and arm on opposite sides. Trying to stay really steady in the center. Head and neck is steady. Here's 7, move a little quicker, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, swing those arms back, just give it a reach. Chest is forward, shoulders down the back. Hands come under those elbows. Knees come down, push back to the knees, back to child's pose. Big breath in and out. Good. Look forward, plant your hands, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. All right, left leg goes up and back. Exhale, bring that knee into your chest, step it between your hands. Come on up slow, crescent lunge, inhale and up. Now we're gonna try to take those hands together behind you, but this time can you bring your fingers to interlace kind of the awkward way. Squeeze the elbows in, open the chest. Try to reach the hands down and back. So again, if this isn't accessible, grab your elbows and just make this little box with your elbows. Okay, so whatever you can do there. Keep opening the chest, maybe a little lowering the legs. Good. We're going to hinge forward for that warrior three. So hinging forward on that leg. Slow kick up with that right foot. Keep the arms. Take one more big breath here. Good. Slowly bring the right knee up into the chest and stand up tall. Keep the arms. Keep the bind. Open the chest. Draw the ribs back. Good. Release the hands. Take the arms all the way up. Slowly hinging forward. We're going to step that right foot all the way to the back of the mat for crescent lunge. And then we're going to open out into that warrior two. So I'm going to stay facing back so you can just see what this looks like from the back side. We're going to straighten into that left leg. And then I'm just going to move my right foot in just a little bit. Still pressing into the outer edge of my right foot. I'm going to hinge from the hip and reach that left arm as far as I can. Then bring it down wherever it lands on the shin or the ankle, just not right on the knee joint. And then this right arm's going to reach over my ears. So again, I've got length through the ribs, and I'm really deeply creasing that right or that left hip. Shoulder down out of your ear. Give me just one more big breath here. Good. Come back up. Bend into that left knee. And then here we go into that side angle. So that left arm can either come into the inside of the foot, maybe all the way to the floor. You can just hover, right arm to the right ear. Give me just one more big breath here. So again, I'm trying to hold positions, right? We're just in stationary positions holding. Good. Bring that arm down. Rotate over that left leg. Step yourself back into your plank and look forward. Good. Just holding the plank here. All right, last little bit of this marching. We're going to tap the outside of your arm with your knee. Step it back. Take the same arm, same leg, but we're just going wide this time. You need a little side crunch to the side if you want. Let's go for 8, 8, 7, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1. Look forward, lower your knees, chaturanga all the way down, and then keep those hands under your elbows. Squeeze the elbows in and start to press into the hands and curl the chest up. I want you to feel your upper back muscles turn on here. Can you get your ribs off the floor and your belly just hovering because you're pushing into your hands. Press into the tops of the feet. Take one more big breath. And then just hover those hands off the floor. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pick those hands up by your shoulders. Cactus arms. And then this is your last one. We're just going to dive the elbows down and lift the chest up. Elbows go down, chest comes up. Just 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Good job. Those hands come back into the elbows. Press back to your knees and child's pose here. Good. All right. Grab your hand weights. If there's someone off to the side, just step your right foot forward and tuck your back toes so that we're in this kind of 90-degree bend in both legs. Okay? We're going to tuck the toes underneath you on the back so that we can hover that left leg. So we're in this kind of really low bent knee crescent here. We're going to take those arms up And we're gonna do little pulses on the legs, right? Little pulses here. And then we're gonna open and close the arms. Open, close, open, close. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your elbows in by your sides. You're gonna reach those hands forward as you straighten that back leg. Pull them back in and lean back into that 90-degree bend. Hinge forward, reach, pull back in. Reach and pull in. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it forward. Straight arms come down and reach up. Come down and up. I'm in this kind of forward leaning lunge. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Come on up. Turn to face me and then plie. Okay, coming all the way down. So bend both knees. Toes are pointing the same direction as your knees. Thumbs are going to point wide. And we're going to take those arms all the way up and down. So thumbs are pointing out to the sides of the room. Here's 8, 7, 6. Get a little lower in your hips. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your elbows to that 90-degree bend. Just bring them in and out. Pulse hips down and up. Down and up. Close those doors, open those doors. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it in, little pulses, last set. 10, 9, squeeze those forearms together. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Turn to face forward, place those weights down. Just lower that left knee, slide the right one back, bring the left foot back forward. Okay, so now you've got left foot forward, right knee back, tuck those toes, hinge back so you can see you've got that nice 90-degree bend in both knees. Then we're going to press up to hover. All right, this time palms face the ceiling, and we're just going to take the arms in and out this way. Same idea, a little pulsing with the legs, in and out. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to turn the thumbs to face the ceiling, hinge forward, arms go back, and lean forward, up. Reaching back, and up. Back, and up. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it forward, little lifts of the arms. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way up and through to your plie. Good job, guys. We're almost there. Okay, palms face you. And we're just going to take those arms up to shoulder height and down. Up and down. Little pulse to the hips. Here's 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold those arms up. We're just going to take those arms out to a T, back in, out to a T, and in. Same with the hips, little pulse, pulse. Here's 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, One last set, both arms in front, turn the palms up and down, little pulses of the hips. Here we go, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 1. Good job, straighten into those legs. Turn your toes forward or even slightly in. Place those weights down and just fold over your legs. Stretch the back of the thighs. Good. All right, turn yourself towards the front of your mat. And we're gonna come into pigeon here. So step that right foot back. Just go into downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet for a moment. And then we're gonna take that right leg up and back. You're gonna look forward, and we're gonna place that right knee right behind your right wrist. Now this right foot can be pretty far back towards your hips. Don't feel like you've gotta get it all the way up to the left wrist, okay? Now I'm gonna tuck my toes on the left foot and just gonna walk myself back until I get my hip down on the floor. If your hip's really high up, maybe you place a pillow or a block underneath it. But I've got a pretty good angle here with my shin. So my right knee is towards my right wrist, but my shin angles down towards my left hip, and my left heel is pretty close to my left hip. I just don't want you to feel any pain in your right knee. This should all be in the pelvis. So then if you can, you can come onto your forearms. You're gonna press a little bit into the left toes and see if you can just turn your left hip towards the floor and try to stretch that outer right hip. So I'm just gonna take a few breaths here to try to let it settle in and relax. It's hard to get this group of muscles to just give into this stretch. So we're gonna just sit here for a moment to see if we can get everything to kind of relax and soften up. Now you can just stay like this, but I'm gonna give you some other options as well. You can also take your left arm, thread it underneath you, and bring your left ear to the left or to the floor. So again, my right knee is forward, but my left ear and left shoulder are on the ground. That's one option. You could also try kicking that left heel into your bottom and grabbing that with your left hand. It's another option. But again, find what feels good. This is part of your restore. So this is where you want to like not be pushing it to a place that's past your edge. I want you to find something you can work with where you can breathe full and feel like you can almost relax into it. Maybe just 3 more breaths here before we switch sides. Try to make nice full breaths that are 3D into the back of the ribs as well. 1 more, full breath. Good. All right, we're gonna place the hands down, tuck the back toes, push down into the foot and the hands to lift your hips up, and then just slide that right foot back. Pedal out the feet again. And let's do the left side. Left leg's gonna come up and back, look forward, bring that left knee right behind your wrist and set the shin down on the floor. Now I'm gonna tuck my right toes and kind of inch my way back towards the foot of my mat until I can get that left hip closer to the ground. So again, if you're hovering high up in the air with your bottom, then you can just fold your mat, you can grab a pillow or a blanket to stick under there or a block. And we'll see if we can make our way on the forearms. But again, if you've got pain in the knee, this might not be the exercise for the stretch for you. So maybe you go back and sit into a figure 4. But otherwise, see if you can just try to send that mental note to relax. Sometimes the muscles are contracting and trying to still help even when you think you're softening. So, you know, just kind of scan the body and see where you're using energy that you don't need. Now, if you want to take that twist, you can rest your right ear and right shoulder on the floor. That's one option. Another option would be to stay here in the center and kick that right heel in towards your bottom and grab it with your right foot. Now, if you can't grab the foot, you can always use a tie or a strap, or even a towel. But again, we're not trying to go to a place that's really inaccessible for our bodies. We want to think about how we can make these postures work for our body, not how we can make our body work for these postures, right? So we're trying to find ways to make these shapes that actually make sense for the anatomy that we have. So just 2 more breaths here. Try to soften. Good. Release the back foot, come out of the twist if you're in the twist, cross yourself back up onto your hands, tuck the back toes under, lift your hips up by pressing down into the floor, take yourself back to downward facing dog. Pedal the feet. Okay, last thing, I want to just stretch the back of the shoulders. So you can just come forward onto your knees and then all the way onto your bottom. And you're going to take your feet nice and wide. Now this is where it gets tricky. The hand, we're going to take our right hand and it's going to go onto my waist so that the palm faces out and the thumb points up. So if you can see, the top of my hand is kind of pressing into the side of my belly or my ribs. Now my feet are going to be on the floor and I'm going to hook my right elbow to the inside of that right knee. And now I'm going to try to turn my chest back forward. That might be enough of a stretch. I want to feel this all along the back side of that right shoulder. And if it's not, then you can start to move the right knee in, which is just encouraging that right elbow to come more forward. So I don't want to twist away from it. I want to try to twist towards it because I'm trying to move this arm across my body and get some length on the back side of my shoulder here. Now, if this hurts your wrists, then, maybe don't go so crazy. But hopefully the wrist is not a problem. Try to relax your hand. Good, 1 more breath. These muscles can get really long, but tight, chronically tight, just from, again, rounded forward shoulder carriage or typing in front of you, driving. I mean, our eyeballs are in front of our face, so that means that most of our actions are forward. So we just want to try to stretch that out and let it go back into its natural range of motion. All right, other side. Left hand, top of the hand comes into the side of your body. Hook that left elbow on the inside of your knee. Turn your sternum back forward, okay? So left elbow, left knee, sternum turning forward. And then I'm just trying to hug the left elbow in enough that I feel this whole lengthening through the back side of that shoulder. I'm just going to take maybe 2 more big breaths here. Good. Relax. Just cross the ankles. I lied. I'm going to do 1 more for your neck. So if you got to go for it. But if you can, stay for 1 more. We'll just take the right hand all the way back behind you, pin it into that left side of your body, right? So it's going to hold it there. And then we're just going to drop the left ear to the left shoulder. Really let gravity take over here with your head. Just try to let the weight of your head be what pulls and stretches on the neck. And then we're just going to make small little movements with the chin, just dropping it down towards the chest and tilting it back up and maybe up towards the corner of the room. So I want you to feel this in a bunch of different places along the right side of the neck. So when your ear is pretty stacked over your shoulder, you're probably going to feel it right along the lateral side of the neck. As the chin comes up away from the chest, you should feel it a little bit more on the front right side of the neck. And then as the chin drops down, maybe it goes a little more in towards the back right side of the neck. But we're just pinning this right shoulder down so that it doesn't hike up and we don't lose that stretch. 1 more breath here. Good. Head comes back through center. Just turn your head all the way to the left. And back through. Good job. Let's switch sides. Left hand on the right side now. Right ear to the right shoulder. Just taking a breath or 2 here first. Good, and then starting to make those little chin tilts. I'm having a hard time talking today. All right, so we're just tilting the chin up and away. Get a little stretch in front. And then down towards the chest. Up and away. And I'm not making real big circles here. I'm making them pretty small. I want to really isolate this to this kind of outer side of the left neck. Good, maybe just 2 more passes here. Last one. Just trying to use as little muscular energy as possible here. Good. And then head comes back up through center and just look all the way over that right shoulder. And back to center. Good job, guys. Okay, you are officially done.